this video, I'm making deconstructed egg rolls, bringing all the flavors of this American favorite together in a bowl. Savory ground pork, colorful vegetables, and fluffy rice create a satisfying meal with just a touch of heat to give it an extra kick. Hi, I'm Elizabeth. On this channel, we'll start by cooking a meal. At the end, we'll sit down and count carbs. I'd love for you to join me. Let's get started. I begin by cooking rice. Any kind works. Simply follow the package directions. When it's done, set it aside. Slice and dice an onion. Any kind of onion works. Chop carrots. For this recipe, I like small pieces. I buy matchstick carrots and then chop them into even smaller pieces. It was decision time. Which cruciferous veggie to use? We all know that I like to sneak in those veggies, so instead of cabbage, which is more tradition for this dish, I decided to try Brussels sprouts. These little powerhouse veggies are rich in fiber, vitamins C and K, and also have anti-inflammatory benefits. When all is said and done, you cannot taste the difference between sprouts and cabbage. Honestly, they do take a little more prep time with the cutting and trimming. However, there was an unexpected bonus. They do give you a nice arm workout. Consider it kitchen calisthenics. You can use any type of sausage. I prefer breakfast sausage. How to get this out of its package? Simple. I stab the ends and cut off the metal tips. Slice up the long way, and the meat rolls cleanly out of the packaging. Easy peasy. Make sure you wash your hands after handling the raw sausage. Chop and cook over a medium-high heat. Drain off excess grease when done. Watch my short on how to get rid of grease. Link is in the comments. Now start sauteing the veggies. Use a medium-high heat. Add a couple tablespoons of oil to your pan. Add a little niblet of onion to that oil. When it starts to sizzle, your oil is hot and you're ready to start adding the veggies. In go the onions and the carrots and the sprouts. You could use cabbage if Brussels sprouts aren't your thing. Cover and stir periodically. Add a little water if you notice stuff is starting to burn. Or you could also turn your heat down. Add in Jarlic as this mixture nears completion. Note to self, do not breathe in pepper when adding to pan. Add the cooked sausage to the sauteed vegetables and turn up heat to medium-high in preparation of an incoming egg. Now, I decided to scramble an egg into the meat and veggies. After all, these are called egg rolls. Crack an egg or two into a cup, whisk, make a well in the center of your pan, and add the egg, stirring frequently until scrambled. Mix in with the rest of the dish. No one is really sure how egg rolls got their name. Eggs are rarely used except to seal the wrappers, but whatever the origins, egg rolls have become a uniquely delicious Chinese-American food staple that everyone enjoys. The final step, add in ginger, sesame oil, and soy sauce. If you are eating gluten-free, remember to use Tamari Sauce. Plate your rice. Make sure to measure if you're counting carbs, since rice is a carb-dense food. Add your veggies and meat, then add Sriracha sauce per your desired level of heat. Before I begin the actual carb count, let me say that I am not a medical professional. I am just a human being who wears my pancreas in my pocket, and I also happen to have years of living with type 1 diabetes. I was diagnosed in 1964. If you do have medical questions, please consult your diabetic care team. Let's begin the carb count. There will be some math involved, but don't worry, it's not that hard. The sausage had 2 grams of carbohydrates per serving. And if you are making this gluten-free, please make sure that the sausage is gluten-free sausage. The Jarlic had 1 gram per serving. The Brussels sprouts had 10 grams. The onion had 2 grams. The matchstick carrots had 5 grams. The Tamari sauce had 1 gram. The ginger had 0 grams. The eggs had 0 grams. The sesame oil, as well as the oil that I used to saute the vegetables, had 0 grams. And the rice had 20 grams per serving. Just be careful if you're eating rice that you are measuring the carbs appropriately. So you add all of this together, and the meat and veggies had 20 grams. The sauce, it was a low carb sauce, had 1 gram, and the rice per serving had 20 grams, and that came out to 41 grams of carbohydrates per serving. Once you have your final carbohydrate count for your serving, you will need to divide this number by your carb ratio number. For instance, if I use my carb ratio number of 1 to 15, 41 divided by 15 is equal to 2.8 units of insulin needed to keep my blood sugar within a normal range. Happy carb counting, and remember, my fellow type 1s, counting carbs so our pancreas doesn't have to, one meal at a time.